Okay, it's the first Round 2 game, and I am pretty excited to see what sort of builds people are going to be cracking out here. It is, who have we got? We've got Adam in the top left of the map, and DrVBucks in the bottom right. What map is this? I think it is, what is this, Parasite or something? It looks like it might be. Who knows? Who cares? It's a map. So, DrVBucks as the Zerg in the bottom right. Pull first, DrVBucks, pull first. Generally that means the Zerg is going to get aggressive. As we know, Zergs do like to get that early expand up. They like to get economic early in the game. So to go pull first is unusual generally as Zerg, unless you're planning some sort of deviousness. And I'm worried here. I'm worried that these larvae aren't being turned into stuff. You know, there is free supply to be had, so it's a really early pull. I don't know why there's 2 overlords building. I'm not sure about that. There's no drones building, so all I can think of here is that DrVBucks is just going to hold down the Z button and crank out as many lings as he can possibly build. So 6 lings in production. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, Adam is finishing up the wall. So when these lings arrive, they're not going to be able to get in. Now, it isn't going to take too long for the lings to come out and have a look across the map. And look, Adam gets full vision of this. The lings come out and attack the SCV. You don't want to waste your time doing that. You need to get across this map fast. The Marine is in production. And I can't help but feel that Adam is going to be absolutely fine here. The bunker goes down at the top of the ramp. The Marine is going to be out before the lings get there. Here we go. The lings are coming, but to be honest, by the time they get there, they're going to find that there's a bunker up. There's a Marine in the bunker, and with SCVs repairing the wall, there is nothing these lings can do. DrVBucks, you need to abort. You've been rumbled. The sort of straight to pull, 12 pull into early lings only really works if your opponent doesn't see it coming. If the SCV turns up on your base and it sees the lings pop out, you know the jig's up. You're not getting in. You're not getting in. These lings are just going to die, and you're in all sorts of trouble. So the lings they do die. All but 1 more lings are going to come. They're going to die as well. What's happening here? So what do you do if you're DrVBucks? You panic. You go, I've got these lings. As quick as you can, you get gas. Look at all this money. You've got loads of money. Drop another hatchery. You keep your opponent. Oh no! Don't send more lings. Definitely don't do that. You're going to need these things, especially now that you see that the Reaper's out. You know this Reaper is going to make its way across the map. You know that you don't have an answer for it. Get the Queen in production, get the gas down so that you can take to bin lanes, because you are going to need them. Bin lanes can keep the pressure on your opponent, because the threat of bin lanes, even your opponent knows that at any minute you get smashed on this front door, and his base could be absolutely full of lings. So in order to apply that pressure, you do need, don't let the Reaper get surrounded. Oh no, that is a pretty sloppy micro in the middle of the map. So the Reaper goes down, unfortunately. Because without speed, the Reaper could have had a field day. There's still no drones being built here at home. There's still no sign of gas. There's still no Queen. In fact, there's nothing in production. Double Overlord. Why? you've got 13 free supply. What are you going to build with the extra supply? More lings so that they can die at the top of the ramp. You need to change tactic here. Something needs to be shifted up. Otherwise, your opponent is just going to tech out of control. There's no tech lab for the Terran player, but look, we've got this factory with the reactor that's going to be able to crank out Hellions 2 at a time, and as soon as there's Hellions on the map, all of your lings are utterly negated. They just mean nothing. So what's your next move? Whatever your next move is, it is definitely going to need gas. Spore crawlers? Really? Why? You're expecting just a raft of air. I don't understand what DrVBucks is up to here. I don't understand why you wouldn't, if you're going to build a hatchery over here, by all means do so, but why wouldn't you put it there? Why make it, why just add extra distance to the mineral line? I'm not sure about that. Anyway, the expo is done for the Terran player. Weirdly, you know, the reactor did finish up in the factory, but I'm not seeing Hellions in production, so I'm not really sure what that's about. Maybe he, oh, there we go. Just a bit of a delay. So yeah, Hellions, you know, it's a fine choice. If you know your opponent's committing hard to lings, then Hellions are okay. I wouldn't mind a scan at this point. You know, there's almost energy for it. If I'm the Terran player, I want to know what, you know, where's my opponent going from here? They've tried lings in the early game. It hasn't worked. I'd want to know what's in their base, what type of tech they're going to. And if you scan and you see this, you just kind of go, yep, okay, that might as well be a GG. I will simply march across the map shortly and win. My opponent hasn't recovered economically. They haven't been holding. Look, you know, these larvae are just idle. You've got all this money. You've got all this supply. You're not building anything with your larvae. The production tab is utterly empty. I don't get it. I've just disabled the music. It's not quite what I meant to do. Yeah, you know, as a Zerg player, APM dropping to zero when you've got all that money. Well, what is this? Is this some sort of, like, has he actually? He's gone for a cup of tea. That's what's happened here. Look, this is player cam. He's not even looking around. What's Adam up to?
Mineral field.
This is Adam's player cam, so you know, we're building some stuff. DrVBucks just staring at his mineral line. Maybe he's lost all. Oh yeah, check slightly further down the mineral line. No, stop it. Build things. Build like fury. Build everything in the world. You can still, you know, you can still make this good. It's not like Adam's got an outrageous army. He's got, you know, 27 supply of stuff. Where did the Hellions go? There they are. And these Hellions are going to be a challenge, not least because of all these spore crawlers. You know, the irony, the spore crawlers are all parked, loads of spore crawlers, and that's not going to work. You need to lift a spore crawler and walk it in there and plant it. And this single spine, you know, the Hellions are absolutely fine on the back here. The Queen is going to get picked off by this. Dear knows how many kills the Liberator's got. It's a shambles in the Zerg base, to be honest. It's an absolute shambles. This is not the high level quality play that I was hoping for in round two. This is quite frankly tragic. You know, we've got a Zerg with a million, 1,000 minerals in the bank. I wish this would stop happening though. I mean, I never want to see a hatchery be gunned to death by Hellions. That isn't the thing that I want to see with my eyes. Look how little damage these things do to structures. Just stop that. Just kill the workers and stuff. You know. Leave that alone. Okay, so a ling counter attack here. It's going to get cleaned up, I suspect, especially if the lings are busy trying to kill a building that they're never going to kill instead of attacking the units. Everything else turns up in the Zerg men. I don't know. You would think we're about to see a GG. He's still managing to mine gas. The Liberator is going to. Why bother? What are you going to pick off the larva? I'd use the Liberator to take out the overlords personally. But anyway, so scans going down. Adam, curious to know where his opponent is, and here we go with the spine crawler. But you know, so what's the point? Yeah, bitter irony that a Liberator comes in and gets all those kills when you've got 3 spores in your men that you built at like the 3 minute mark or something ridiculous, but none of them were out the back of your mineral line. You know, it's like, what are they all doing in the same place? Spread those spores out when you build them. You don't need 3 spores in the same place. In general, 1 in the middle of the mineral line isn't such a crazy plan. Spores have got a reasonable range on them, so middle of the mineral line tends to protect your workers from most flying stuff. So we're not seeing a GG, and I don't really know why. You know, DrVBucks, you played essentially a cheese. You played pull first into aggressive lings, and it hasn't panned out for you, so you can't really be salty about that. In addition to that, you're not even building anything, so why not just quit the game? So let's force the issue. Let's just bump this up to ×4 speed until something happens. Oh, and you can you? Whoa! Did these guys? Did they get a little bit of splash off the edge of the nuke? I don't know. Anyway, it is all over. G to the G.